My parents would have killed me if I would have.
All right, Bobbie, ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's take it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, Julianne, ever since I found out a little bit about your background, I've been eager to meet you and talk with you because I guess parents and anybody in an advisory capacity would have said to someone like you, "Are you crazy going out there trying to, you know, crack into Hollywood and so forth?" Did you get some of that actually?
Never, never. My parents have been the greatest backbone. They have been so supportive, and I couldn't have done it without them. And they just, you know, give it a try. If it's not what you really want to do in the long run, if you find out that's not what you want to do, don't worry about it. You know, give it your best, and if you want to come home, come home.
How long were you here in Hollywood before you got even an audition?
Well, that's why I came. I had an audition, a callback. That's why I came out here. So I had those lined up. I had a couple auditions for a couple different things, which didn't pan out. And then Summer Fantasy came along, which was about the first Southern California lifeguard, woman lifeguard. And that was my first thing.
That led then to His Mistress?
His Mistress, right. I did that after.
Okay. Now, this is a story, as the title implies, about a young woman who opts to become the mistress of this married man who's very well-to-do, very prominent businessman, and so forth. What, or is there, I should say, is there a message for young women in this movie?
Situation. I think there's a message. There's definitely a message, but it's up to the women how they want to perceive it, how they want to interpret the message. I hope that it'll help some people. Maybe it'll make their decision a little clearer if they're not sure exactly what they want to do, if they're in a situation like this, if they're confused, because it shows both sides. It's a very sensitive subject, as we all know. It's a very sensitive movie. It's done very well, so I think it'll be very helpful.
I wonder, Julianne, in this day and time when people can have relationships and do have relationships, if the idea of mistress isn't a little bit archaic?
Maybe the word mistress is archaic, but I think the situation and the affairs are just as prevalent as they ever were. I think they're even more open about it than they used to be. I mean, that's the feeling that I get. So, you know, once again, the word mistress is a little archaic.
For you personally, could you identify with this woman? Could you say that, given these circumstances, Julianne Phillips might have done or might do the same thing?
I don't think so. I think I can. Her personality and her feelings and her emotions, her sensitivity and vulnerability are very much the way I am. But to get in a situation like that, you know, you never know, but that's something that I would hope I wouldn't allow myself to do. I think I have a little more I don't know if I want to say strength, but I just hope that's something that would never happen to me.
You just would.
It was tough to do. I mean, I just felt so much for her, for what she was going through. I don't think I could go through the deception and the sneaking and around, and it's so hard. You have to be awfully strong or something.
Without giving it away, is the ending one that will just devastate us as an audience, or it just kind of leave us hanging, or?
I think there's a little bit of leaving you hanging. I mean, you want to know more, but it's a good ending. I personally think it's a very good ending. It's so, you know, I don't want to give away too much, but I think she made a great choice of what to do.
Do you have other things now lined up already?
Yes, I'm starting a feature called Secret Admirer with C. Thomas Howell and Fred Ward, Dee Wallace, which I'm starting rehearsals today and start shooting next week. So I'll be working on that for a couple months.
I just did an interview with Tommy Howell.
Oh, you did?
Yes, for Red Dawn. Yeah.
Oh, right. He's
Yes.
terrific.
And you play opposite him?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, we'll look for that sometime in the future then.
Great, thank you very
Okay.
much.
Nice talking with you,
Nice
Julianne.
talking with you too. Great.
It's nice interview.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right, these are the Julianne Phillips questions. Julianne, is there any particular message about this lifestyle? Isn't the term mistress almost archaic today? Do you, Julianne, ever see yourself in that kind of situation?